Hey guys, this is Alfred back with another video. Now in version 3.7, there is going to be two phases and there are a lot of banners for this version. So in today's video, we are going to be particularly looking at phase 1. There will be another phase 2 video closer to the date, so do stay tuned for that. But before we start with this video, I would like to let everyone know, please pull for your favorite characters first. I say this many times, but this is a gacha game, so please pull for your husbando and waifus first. Doesn't mean the character is meta, means you should feel enticed to pull for them. However, if you are here for a meta perspective, I'm here to give you guys my thoughts of which of these characters are really good for your account and really good for the long run. And with all that said, let's begin with this video. Now on the phase 1 banners, we have the entire Castorice team up for grab. So we'll be going through each character one by one and which of these characters are particularly really good. Let's first talk about the new character, which is going to be Cyrene. Now a lot of people are talking about how bad Cyrene is and whether or not she's actually really worth it. I think the common consensus is that she's really underwhelming, and the main reason why is that a lot of people think that she should be as strong as an Archon in Genshin Impact, where you know, like the main character and the main driving force for the nation will be the strongest. And honestly, she actually is pretty decently good. The fact that she buffs a lot of cryo hairs means that if you mainly pull for a lot of characters in Amphorius, Cyrene will be impacting your account a lot overall. So generally speaking, if you have a lot of the cryo hairs, you should definitely look to pull for Cyrene. But which of these cryo hairs does she actually perform very well with? Now notably speaking, she actually performs very well with Evernight and Annexa. So if you have invested in an Evernight main DPS team or an Annexa team in general, Cyrene will actually buff them quite a bit. And of course, you should not forget that she also buffs Castorice and Aglaea as well. Mainly speaking, she is actually a major upgrade for an Aglaea team, which does not have a lot of attack scaling characters from Amphorius, as she's one of those special cases where she is attack scaling instead of HP scaling in the current meta. So if you have Aglaea and you want to improve her teams, Cyrene is also a really decent fit for her. But generally speaking, she is really decent with most of the roster from Amphorius. So once again, if you have a lot of the Amphorius characters, you should definitely look to pull for Cyrene. She is very flexible and can be played in many of these Amphorius teams. So outside of Cyrene, let's talk about the rerun characters that's rerunning alongside with her in this phase. First, we're going to be having Hyacine. Hyacine is going to be the main healer in a Castorice team. The amount of damage she provides with the follow-up attacks and the amount of healing she does as well makes her a very powerful healer, and in my opinion, the best healer we have in the game so far. Her healing is very high, that I dare say she is leagues apart from her alternative characters you can use, such as Gallagher or Luocha in the Castorice team. Because she provides so much healing, you charge up the Castorice ult so much faster than when you run her alternatives. So because of this, she is very crucial for a Castorice team. So if you have Castorice and you do not have Hyacine at all, you should definitely look to pull for Hyacine. And this is a rare time. I'm also going to say you should also look to pull for Hyacine's Light Cone if you already have Hyacine. Her Light Cone itself gives a lot of stats and will also generally boost the team damage for a Castorice team. Look to pull for Hyacine Light Cone if you already have Hyacine. Now alongside Hyacine, you are going to be having the best DPS in Amphorius, which is going to be Castorice. Castorice is basically the bread and butter for the meta right now. She is going to be a main DPS and you will be playing her a lot, especially in HP scaling game modes. Now my take for Castorice banner is that if you do not have any of the Castorice characters, for example, you don't have Hyacine, you don't have Tribbie, you do not have Evernight, or you are not planning to pull for Cyrene, I feel like you should definitely not pull for Castorice as well. Starting a Castorice team from scratch is going to be very painful. You need to pull for a lot of the pieces. And on top of that, we are going to version 4.0 soon. And as you know from the previous trends, whenever we go to a new version or a new place in Honkai Star Rail, the meta is going to shift drastically. And because of that, I don't think Castorice will be meta for very long already. There are going to be new gimmicks that might even hinder her. So because of that, if you do not have any of the pieces, I suggest do not pull for Castorice at all. However, if you have a lot of the pieces for a team and you want to try the Castorice team, which is a very powerful team right now in Amphorius, definitely look to pull for Castorice then. And also look to pull for her Light Cone, which is her best in slot and much better than the alternative options you have in terms of light codes. And finally, we have Tribbie, by far, in my opinion, the most must pull in this phase. The reason why I say that is that she does provide a lot of stats, a lot of utility, and a lot of damage in her kit as well. She can be played in a lot of teams outside of the Castorice team, mainly teams that have a lot of AoE. For example, a dot team or even the AoE full up attack team. She is really good in those teams as well. More specifically, she's also very easy to play, and basically the amount of consistent full up attacks you have makes her not only just a support character but also a pseudo sub DPS character as well. Now the only downside for her is that you kind of need some investment in her in order to make her do a lot of damage as well as support the team efficiently as well. But if you can achieve this high investment and you are planning to invest in her anyway, she will provide a lot of return in your account. I know I did say that if you are planning to pull for Cyrene, Tribbie will be phased out from the Castorice team, but this means that you can be playing Tribbie in your other strong teams, for example a dot team, or you can also be playing her in the Herda teams, which will definitely welcome Tribbie in most AoE game modes. So overall, Tribbie probably the most flexible character in this roster and probably the character you should must pull outside of Cyrene. So overall, what should be the plan for this phase specifically? If you have a lot of Emporis characters and you want to have a very flexible characters that can buff much of your roster, you should definitely look to pull for Cyrene. Once again, despite what everyone is saying, Cyrene is still pretty decent if you have a lot of the Emporis characters. Other than Cyrene, you should also definitely look to pull for Tribbie, probably the best sub DPS slash support we have in the game. Super flexible character with a lot of damage, can be played in a lot of teams and game modes alike. After that, look to pull for Hyacine. Hyacine, a very strong and solid healer, which is very HP friendly. Basically play her in a lot of teams that need a lot of HP as well. Overall, super good character to have. And lastly, if you have a lot of the pieces, you should definitely look to pull for Castorice. If not, you can skip Castorice because we're moving on to the new phase very soon. And with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please do leave a like. It shows me I should do more. Comment down below who you are planning to pull for in this specific version and phase. And lastly, do subscribe. We will be doing more videos like this in the future. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.